Hey friends, Peter Faciano here. Welcome back to my series on the Canon M6 Mark II. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and cover my top 5 accessories for the M6 Mark II, and to some extent when I owned my Canon M50, I used these as well. So I'm going to quickly show you what they are, and then I'll jump in and talk about each one. So if you only want to know what the accessories are, stick around. The first one is a 2-in-1. I have a Tifton variable ND along with some step-up rings. I have a Peak Design camera strap. I have the Canon Compact Power adapter along with that dummy battery, the DC coupler that allows me to do live streaming without having to go through a bunch of batteries. And then I have a 3-legged thing L bracket. And my last one is a camera clip. So it's a Peak Design camera clip. You just put it right here on your the strap of your backpack. And then the camera comes with a little clip and you just slide it in like that and it hooks up. All right, so now what I'm going to do is jump in and talk a little bit about each one, what I like and what I don't like about them. And if anybody's interested in any of these, I have the affiliate links to all of these in the description below. All right, so my first accessory is the Tifton, not Tifton, the Tifton variable ND. I ended up getting the 77mm ND because it fits my largest lens, which is the Canon 400mm. And then I bought the step-up rings that go all the way down to the smallest filter thread, which is my 50mm Canon 1.8. So this is a 49mm thread all the way up to the 77mm thread. And basically all you end up doing is attaching the filter to the step-up rings, and then you screw this on to the individual lens that you have, and then you're all set, ready to go. And then when it comes time to swap it out, you just take it off the lens, figure out which one you need, 77, take this off, and then it should fit directly onto your largest one, which is the 77. Now, my gripe about this is, and I think this is normal for most, if not all, screw-on filters. Once you get them on there, you got to be careful not to over-tighten them because they're a pain in the butt to get off. And I know there's like a small little trick. Maybe you put a rubber band around here to get a little bit of a grip. And this seems to be a little bit ridiculous, but I actually used this thing one time to get it off. This is not recommended by any means, but I just could not get enough grip on this thing to get it off the lens. And I didn't want to just break it and try to unscrew it. So that's one of my gripes about this. It's kind of difficult to get off of the lens if by chance you over tighten it. But the clarity on this thing is fantastic. You never even really know that it's on there. And the variable ND, you know, it's just basically sunglasses for your lens. So whenever you're doing any shoots outside and it's just way too bright, you just turn it down. And I believe this gives you anywhere from 2 to 8 stops of light reduction. So that's the first thing. All right, so my next one is the Peak Design camera strap, which is the slide. I have my old film camera with me just to show you guys these clips on it because I'm filming with the M6 Mark II. What you end up with is you end up with the camera strap itself and 4 of these little clips. The clips are really rugged. I believe you can hold up to like 200 pounds on this stuff. But what you end up doing is just slip them through your little camera mounting brackets on the side. And these little clips just slide directly into the camera strap. They lock in place, and to take it off, you just push on the clip and you're done with the strap. I like this a lot because I go from carrying just this walk around lens just around my neck. And then when I have the heavier 400mm lens on there, I actually use the clip on my backpack strap. So this is just very versatile and very easy. Now, what I don't like about the strap, on this little cushiony part on the top, it has these little plastic, grippers. So when it's on your shoulder, it doesn't slip around. But in order to operate the slide part of this, where you just basically just unhook this and pull this up and then lock it in place, so wherever the camera is around you, in order to access this, you can't have this with the grippy side down. So if the grip side is down, you have to flip the camera strap over, do the slide, click it back into place. And if you don't want this smooth stuff on your shoulder, then you flip it around and then you're good to go. It's a small little tiny gripe, but at least it's a gripe that I can give you guys. But it's an extremely comfortable strap. It's wide enough that it won't dig into your shoulder or around your neck when you have it in this position, and it's very comfortable. And you have the slides on both places, on both sides of the strap. And it comes with 4 of the mounting clips along with a small bracket. So if you don't have the actual camera clip, it comes with this bracket. You just screw it down to the bottom of the camera and you're all set, ready to go. All right, next up is the compact power adapter and the DC coupler. Now, the reason why I like this is I'm an online teacher. Because of this whole pandemic that's going on, a lot of students are not in school. So I basically have my camera on 7 hours a day, and I've been chewing through a whole bunch of batteries. And this coupler, along with the power adapter, allows me to just operate the camera without having to fuss with the battery door and taking it off the tripod, putting it back on after I get everything set together. So this has been a lifesaver for me. Now, I know there are some third-party products out there, but I can't speak to the performance of them. So I'm just gonna talk about the Canon. What I like about it is obviously it gives me power to the camera without having to swap out batteries. The bad side is, for some reason, and you guys can tell, this is not in there right now. For some reason, whenever I have this on while I record videos, if you have headphones in, you can hear a small hum, and I don't know how to get rid of that. So whenever I record videos, I use batteries. But when I'm just doing my live streaming, I don't think it's really noticeable that there's any kind of hum, so I have it there. And it's pretty simple. You just take the battery out, put this one in. There's a little plastic latch on the bottom. Just open up that latch, take the power adapter, plug it directly in, and you should be all set, ready to go. Next up, 3-legged thing, L bracket. Now, a lot of these objects or accessories are not brand specific. There are multiple companies that make things very similar to this. I just went with 3-legged thing. I just kind of like the company. They're kind of cool. I own 2 of their tripods. What I like about the L bracket is speed and convenience whenever I'm out doing landscape photography. All right, so once you have this attached to the camera, on the very bottom you have these 2 little hex screws that you can just loosen, and this will adjust to pretty much basically be universal to any camera that you have. Once it's on here and you have it all locked into place, what I'm talking about as far as like convenience goes, where's my tripod? If you're shooting something, if you're in the horizontal and you have everything all set up and you're just wondering if it's gonna look a little bit better if it's in a vertical format, just loosen, turn, and there you go. And now you don't have to recompose or move your tripod, because that little indentation that you have on most tripods, if you loosen your ball head and you go from here to here, now you've moved the camera and your composition might be off. So that's why I like this. It quickly goes from horizontal to vertical with minimal recomposition. So that's why I like that. What I don't like about it is camera specific. So shooting with the M6 Mark II, the battery door is on the bottom. And when you have this mounted to the camera, if your battery runs out, you don't have access to the battery port. You actually have to take this off, open the battery door, put a new battery in, and then reattach everything. So that's what I dislike about this. But the convenience of having, vertical to horizontal as quick as just, loosening your tripod, it's good for that aspects. Which brings me to my final product, and that is another Peak Design product. And this is the actual camera clip that attaches to your backpack strap. The clip itself, you have these 2 little screws. You just basically loosen each side. The back comes off, put it around the strap, and then tighten everything back up. And as far as the use goes, it's very simple. It's got this little latch here on the side. You don't need that to put it in. You just click the camera in place, and when you're all set, ready to take it out, you just push in that little button and it comes right off. So the ease of use, you can tell I'm very big on making things a lot easier. And this little camera clip makes things a lot easier, especially when I'm carrying around that 400mm lens. It's pretty heavy, and I don't want it around my neck because it'll pull on my neck, or it's around the front. It's just too heavy. It's just too heavy a lens to actually have on a camera strap. So this is definitely a product that I am most happy with. And I gotta tell you, after using this for about a year and a half, I really don't have any negative things to say about this. It does everything that I need it to do, and it does it really well. And if I don't want to put the L bracket on, this will mount right to my tripod. I believe it's Arca Swiss. I think that's what you call it. It's Arca Swiss compatible. So you can just take this right off of the backpack strap, throw it onto your tripod, tighten it down, and you're good to go. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. If you guys like this, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click on the little subscribe button, turn that bell notification on, share it with somebody. And I think that's it. That's where I'm going to leave it. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.